Luka Doncic was seen yelling at head coach JJ Redick, and the situation might get even more heated. This massive drama is happening because the Lakers have lost 3 straight games and the locker room is falling apart, while DeAndre Ayton complains about his role and says he is not like Clint Capella at all. It gets even crazier because the players are skipping seats on the bench and the chemistry is at an all-time low despite the team having 34 wins so far this year. JJ Redick has a contract that lasts until the year 2030, but it makes you wonder if he can actually handle the pressure of coaching stars like Luka and LeBron James. Pelinka is getting a lot of blame for the roster, rightfully so. Yes you. Before I explain the situation, please subscribe because it helps me out a ton. I post daily NBA videos. The Lakers organization needs to make a very tough choice about JJ. Personally, as a Lakers fan, I like him, but it is very obvious that the locker room is a mess right now, so I can see both sides, to be honest. There were the reports that players are starting to ignore the coaching staff during huddles and they are looking at LeBron James for direction instead of the coaching staff. DeAndre Ayton is proving to be a massive mistake for this franchise because he is more worried about his individual status than he is about helping the Lakers win games. When he publicly said he was not like Clint Capella, he sent a signal to the entire locker room that he is too good to do the dirty work that actually leads to championships. This kind of attitude is exactly why the chemistry is failing, because basketball is a team sport that requires everyone to play their specific role with total effort and no complaints. But it gets even crazier. If you want to hear the full story on that, click right here to watch my full video on the DeAndre Ayton situation and why it is ruining the team chemistry. He is playing lazy defense and missing rotations, which forces Luka and LeBron to work twice as hard just to keep the game close. The Lakers need a center who wants to rebound and protect the rim, but instead they have a player who wants to be a star while doing the bare minimum on the floor. If they do not move on from Ayton soon, his toxic energy will continue to spread until the whole team wants out. Luka Doncic is clearly reaching a breaking point with this coaching staff because he feels like his talent is being wasted by a system that does not play to his massive strengths. He is mad because JJ Redick keeps trying to take the ball out of his hands and forcing a movement-heavy offense that does not make sense for a player who is one of the best scorers in the world. When you see him yelling on the sideline, it is because he is frustrated with the lack of adjustments and the way the team is being handled during the most important minutes of the game. Luka is used to having a coach who trusts him to make every single decision on the court, but JJ wants to control every small detail from the bench. This is causing a huge rift because Luka believes he knows what it takes to win better than a man who has never coached at this level before. He is tired of losing games they should win, and he is tired of being blamed for the slow pace of the offense when he is the one doing all the heavy lifting. LeBron James is in a very awkward position right now because he is watching his team fall apart while he is trying to preserve his legacy in the final years of his career. He still has the ability to dominate any game, but he cannot be the one to fix the relationship between Luka and JJ every single day. It feels like the weight of the entire world is on his shoulders because he has to be the leader and the player and the mediator all at the same time, while the front office does nothing to help. The Lakers are wasting his last years by surrounding LeBron with drama and players who do not know how to win. You can see the exhaustion on his face after every game when he has to answer questions about the latest locker room fight or the latest bad loss to a lottery team. Pelinka is the real person who should be questioned for this disaster because he failed to get the right defensive players and he failed to create a roster that has any real balance or toughness on the inside. It feels like he is more focused on making big splashes in the news than he is on building a team that can actually survive the grind of a long NBA season. Luke Kennard was a good move, but the roster still needs to improve. The roster is full of players who have high trade value but zero chemistry with each other on the basketball court. The fans are tired of the excuses, and they are tired of seeing the same mistakes made every single year, while the window for a championship closes. The disrespect that DeAndre Ayton showed toward Clint Capella is a perfect example of why the Lakers are struggling with their identity right now. Ayton thinks he is a superstar who should be getting 20 shots a game, even though he does not have the skills to back up that kind of demand. This arrogance is rubbing the other players the wrong way because they see a teammate who is not willing to sacrifice for the good of the group. When Luka looks at Ayton, he sees a player who is not helping him win, and that makes his frustration with JJ Redick even worse. A real center would be happy to help Luka succeed, but Ayton is only happy when he is the center of attention. This is not how you build a winning culture, and it is not how you win games in the playoffs. The Lakers need to find players who actually respect the game and their teammates if they want to turn this around. This could be nothing because we see stars and coaches get into arguments all the time, and usually it is just because they both want to win the game so badly. Maybe Luka was just having a bad night, and he took his anger out on the person who was closest to him at the time. But winning cures everything in the NBA, and if the Lakers can go on a 5-game winning streak, all of these stories will disappear instantly. We have seen teams face much worse locker room trouble and still find a way to come together when it matters most in the postseason. The talent on this team is undeniable, and if they can just find a way to communicate better, they could still be a very scary opponent for anyone. But that requires everyone to put their egos aside and focus on the goal of winning a trophy instead of winning an argument. It is up to Luka and JJ to find a common ground before it is too late. This team was built to compete for a championship, but instead they are fighting each other in a very tough Western Conference. The drama between Luka and JJ is the biggest distraction they have, and it is preventing them from finding a real rhythm on the court. They are spending more energy on fighting each other than they are on fighting the other teams in the league. If they do not fix the locker room and the coaching issues right now, there will be an early exit in the playoffs and things will get really messy, especially with Luka's career as a Los Angeles Laker. The time for talking is over, and the time for action is here because the Lakers are running out of chances to save their season. JJ Redick needs to look in the mirror where what the team needs. He needs to prove he is a head coach who knows how to protect his players from the media. Every time he goes to a press conference and complains about the team chemistry, he is making the problem 10 times worse than it needs to be as a head coach. Maybe he just is too young and too relatable to earn the team's respect. The players feel like JJ is more concerned with looking smart to the fans than he is with actually supporting them when they are struggling. A real coach takes the blame for a loss and gives the players the credit for a win, but JJ seems to call people out, which can be a good thing and a bad thing. This behavior is driving a wedge between the coaching staff and the roster that might be impossible to fix at this point. This is a complete mess, and hopefully it was just a heated moment because of the nature of the game. Please subscribe for daily NBA videos.